Imagine a dog so intensely powerful that a single mistake in its upbringing could turn your home into a war zone. This is not a golden retriever, and it is certainly not a pet for the weak-willed. Bred to survive the harshest conditions on Earth and fend off apex predators, this titan demands absolute respect. If you think you can just buy one and figure it out, you are dead wrong. Here is why the Boerboel destroys the illusion of control. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Pure unstoppable physical power. When you look at a Boerboel, you are staring at up to 200 pounds of sheer, unadulterated muscle engineered for survival. Bred in the unforgiving South African landscape, they stood their ground against apex predators. Most people simply cannot comprehend the biomechanical force this canine generates. A sudden lunge towards a perceived threat will snap a standard leash like a fragile twig, dragging an unprepared owner across the pavement. Their bite force is bone-crushing, designed to neutralize fatal threats instantly. You are not holding back a dog when it decides to act. You are attempting to stop a runaway freight train. The sheer physics of owning this breed terrify even seasoned handlers, leaving absolutely zero margin for physical weakness. Number 9. Dominance in their DNA. This breed does not ask for permission. It demands a reason to respect you. Dominance is hardwired into their genetic makeup, meaning they will constantly test the boundaries of your leadership from the moment they enter your home. If a Boerboel senses even a fraction of hesitation or insecurity in your voice, they will instantly assume the role of the pack leader. This isn't a dog that wants to please you just for a treat. They require a handler who exudes quiet, unshakable confidence every single day. The moment you back down from a challenge, you have lost the war. Living with them is a psychological chess match where yielding ground translates to a dangerous shift in household hierarchy. Number 8. Terrifyingly high intelligence. Most massive guardian breeds rely solely on brute strength, but the Boerboel possesses a terrifyingly high level of cognitive awareness. They do not just blindly react to their environment, they actively analyze it. This dog will observe your routines, read your microscopic facial expressions, and understand the subtle dynamics between different family members. Because they process information so rapidly, they can easily outsmart an owner who tries to use repetitive, outdated training methods. If they determine a command is pointless, they will outright ignore it with a chilling calmness. This profound intelligence means you can never force them into submission. You must mentally outmaneuver them, which is a task most average dog owners are woefully unequipped to handle. Number 7. Extreme territorial defense instincts. Stepping onto a Boerboel's property without the owner's explicit approval is a potentially fatal miscalculation. Their territorial behavior is not a learned trait. It is a primal instinct forged over centuries of guarding remote farmsteads. They do not bark endlessly at fences like typical guard dogs. Instead, they often patrol their perimeter in eerie, calculating silence. If a stranger crosses an invisible boundary, the dog's response is immediate, explosive, and uncompromising. They view the entire household and surrounding land as their exclusive sovereign domain, and any unverified intrusion is met with maximum prejudice. Managing this extreme level of territorial aggression requires an owner who can flawlessly dictate who is a welcomed guest and who represents a genuine threat. Number 6. The beginner owner mistake. Inexperienced owners often purchase a Boerboel purely for the aesthetic of owning a massive, intimidating guardian, completely underestimating the nightmare they are inviting into their lives. They treat the puppy like a normal mastiff, allowing small behavioral infractions to slide. By the time that cute puppy reaches 150 pounds, those minor issues have morphed into lethal behavioral problems. A novice simply lacks the timing, spatial awareness, and emotional regulation required to guide a dominant apex canine. When an amateur tries to correct a fully grown Boerboel using frustration or anger, the dog will easily mirror that aggression, leading to a catastrophic confrontation. This is the precise reason why so many end up surrendered to specialized rescues. Number 5. Relentless family protection mode. While their fierce nature terrifies outsiders, their bond with their immediate family is profoundly deep and shockingly tender. However, this relentless devotion creates a massive liability for the unprepared handler. A Boerboel will gladly lay down its life for a child in its pack, but its definition of a threat is entirely subjective. If your child is play wrestling with a friend in the backyard, and the dog misinterprets the roughhousing as an actual attack, the consequences will be devastating. They do not wait for commands to defend their family. They act on pure, unfiltered protective instinct. Owning this dog means you must constantly manage their environment, anticipating how they will interpret fast movements, loud noises, and innocent human interactions. Number 4. Unforgiving training curve realities. Training this powerhouse is an exhausting, lifelong commitment that breaks the spirit of ordinary dog owners. You cannot simply send a Boerboel away to a generic obedience boot camp and expect a perfectly calibrated machine to return. They must respect the person holding the leash, meaning the owner must be heavily involved in every grueling step of the process. Standard positive reinforcement often falls flat when the dog decides the reward isn't worth their compliance. Conversely, overly harsh physical corrections can trigger their immense defensive drives, turning a training session into a battle for survival. Navigating this razor-thin line requires a sophisticated understanding of canine psychology, demanding an astronomical investment of time, energy, and unwavering consistency that few humans possess. Number 3. Unwavering yet dangerous loyalty. Loyalty is usually considered a dog's best trait, but a Boerboel's loyalty borders on dangerous obsession. They bind themselves to their owners with a fierce intensity that leaves absolutely no room for outside interference. This means they are inherently suspicious of everyone who is not part of their immediate inner circle. When you walk them in public, they are constantly scanning the environment, assessing every approaching person and dog as a potential danger to you. This hyper-vigilance means you can never truly relax during a simple evening stroll. You must always be 2 steps ahead, constantly reassuring the dog that you are in control of the situation, before their overwhelming loyalty compels them to preemptively neutralize a perceived threat. Number 2. A split-second decision maker. The most chilling aspect of the Boerboel is its capacity for independent, split-second decision-making. Unlike breeds that look to their master before taking action, the Boerboel was bred to patrol vast estates alone and make life-or-death choices in the blink of an eye. If they believe a threat is imminent, they will bypass your authority entirely and handle the situation on their own terms. This autonomous nature means that if you fail to establish yourself as the ultimate decision-maker early on, the dog will strip you of that role. Living with a canine that can independently decide to unleash catastrophic force is a terrifying reality, requiring an owner who can flawlessly dictate the rules of engagement at all times. Number 1. The ultimate alpha test. Ultimately, the Boerboel is a mirror reflecting your true capabilities as a leader. They strip away your ego and expose your deepest insecurities. You cannot fake confidence with this breed. They will see right through you. If you are inconsistent, fearful, or lazy, this dog will systematically dismantle your life, becoming an unmanageable danger to society. Handling a Boerboel is the ultimate test of human authority, demanding a relentless commitment to discipline, structure, and emotional control. They are magnificent, noble, and fiercely loving creatures, but they are unforgiving of human weakness. For the elite owner, they are the greatest companion on earth. For the rest of the world, they are an absolute force of nature, best left untouched. Do you have what it takes to handle a dog that demands absolute respect? Or would the Boerboel completely take over your home? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have ever encountered one of these massive titans, share your story. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most powerful breeds. And I will see you next time.